If you're new to the family, go ahead and subscribe down below. Join the community. Everyone is welcome here. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I appreciate you staying and rocking with the content. Go ahead and drop a like if you like this content, because that's the only way I can gauge what the community likes versus what I think the community likes, right? Because at this point, the best way to know what the community wants is to ask the people, right? The customer's always right, as they're saying in sales. So if this is content you guys like, go ahead and run those likes up. That shows me through the analytics, this is something that people want. But enough of the promo. Listen, today I'm going to take you guys along with me on how I get ready for a model casting call. The crazy thing about today's video, though, is I'm actually not getting ready for a modeling shoot. I'm getting ready for my first ever music video. Super excited, right? So it's actually an Afrobeats themed music video, which if you look at my personal page, it has a bunch of essentially Afrobeat style modeling. That's a lot of what I do. That's how I got into it. And basically the guy who put it on, he was in the top 40 for American Idol, so that's super cool. I've worked with him in the past on some different casting calls, modeling shoots, whether they were paid or time for portfolio. But today I'm going to show you guys how I get ready. So from, making sure I'm prepping my hair so that way the haircut looks on point, skincare, make sure my skin's glowing. Also the outfits that we need to take and bring with us associated with the fit, just trying everything on, making sure it looks good and it fits the requirements for this particular model shoot music video. Definitely make some behind the scenes BTS and B-roll associated with just the actual shoot itself, given the guidelines associated with, obviously you don't want to necessarily leak anything that could be in the video before they release it, right? So just whatever I can show you guys, I will. But like I said, this is the kind of content you guys like. Go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below. Share it with your friends, because the analytics, that helps me so and determine what you guys like versus what I think everyone would like. I could guess, but I could also ask you guys. You can give your feedback, and that way, 2 lines of communication is way better that way. But as you can see, this is the kitchen sink. If you're black and you've ever had your hair washed at home, you know what's about to happen.
Welcome to hell.
So, you can say that the kitchen is messy, you can crucify the comments. I don't care. This is how I grew up. This is how I wash my hair. Now, honestly, you very well could go to a salon or a barber shop, but you know what? This is gonna work for today, because I have these lovely products. We have the shampoo, stimulating conditioner, not leave-in. This one you have to wash out. And then I have the detangling stuff, because it's not called detangling stuff. It's, what is this stuff called? Moisturize while training. No, that's not it. Lock and curl. Okay. Tell spring break was very extensive for me. All brain cells were fried. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna put that in because let's just say a comb doesn't go through my hair right now, because never mind.
That's hot. That's hot.
Figuring out that, yeah, the light gray tank top, it's not good. Looks like I pretty much had either a baby or myself spit up on me. I have no kids though. Anyway, so I got the lock and curl. This stuff, ironically, they say you're supposed to put in a spray bottle and mix it with water. My hair is tangly enough. We found it works better with the full, that should tell you something. Ironically, you don't need a lot of this stuff. It actually is pretty potent. It works pretty well. And I must admit about the detangling process, even if it's a finger detangles, you always feel like you're going bald, especially when you don't do it after a while, because the amount of hair you start losing, it can make you a little nervous. So now on to the part where, okay, if you've ever had home hair washes, braidings, haircuts. This is universally, regardless of race, gender, or age, was the worst part of getting your hair done at home. And it was the detangling process. Now it's like, I know this hurts, but for some reason, I always just like neglect to do it for some reason. And, you know, I always talk about skincare and the importance of doing that in a routine, but something about my hair, I just be like, okay. Like, I don't know. So as you can see, finished picking up my hair. That's why I look like James Bond. Never can say goodbye. No, no. Okay, I can't sing. So yeah, as you can see, picking it out. I'm so glad I put that on time lapse because boy, there was this section right here. I went through it. I was like, yeah, it was bad. Anyway, so as you can see, I come running through it now, boy. Okay, maybe not so much at the top, but okay, not at all at the top. Yeah, but as you can see, you know, able to pick the hair out. It's pretty good, you know. I didn't know I had, you know, this much like length and growth for real. So that's just a testament to a good diet, good genes, drinking my water, and not doing nothing crazy. Obviously, had I, you know, been products in my hair. Now, obviously, some of y'all are gonna be like, "Is that soap?" No, those are gray hairs. Yes, I am old. Like, just leave it alone. As you can see, you know, got a little.
Circus, Afro circus, Afro circus, Afro, polka dot, Afro.
Going on here, so haircut, right? Use one of these bands, usually to pull the hair back out of the way to where, like I said, I can see what I need to clean up, or I could just move it out the way, move this up if I need, you know what I'm saying? Not that crazy. Then use the comb to just kind of separate everything. Like I said, from that line, hairline. Usually what I'll do for the hairline, actually, you'll see, is I'll use the rat tail and I'll kind of separate. That way what I'm lining up is really only the bangs. Something I picked up when I had braids. Higher hair with braids or two-strand twists. If you taper the hairline, then one, it's easier to do your own cuts, and then you just gotta find somebody who's willing to do, you know, braids for you. Now, obviously, I go to school in the same state I live in, so I could just drive home and my mom can do it. But for those of you who don't, you know, y'all be having all these friends. Ask one of them to do it. Ask one of them to do it. Or if you got a girlfriend, ask her to do it. You know? Women love to nurture their man, especially if they if you are actually, you know, worthy of. I say worthy, that didn't sound right. If you are respecting her, valuing her, validating her feelings, all those different things. So if you're being a good boyfriend, I don't think it should be a problem with you asking to get your hair done. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna just cut that and then I'll fade it up. So we'll see how it looks in the end, honestly. I use a 1 guard, which is 1.5 millimeter, and then 2 guard, which is 3 millimeters. So that usually works. And then actually, I lied. Sometimes I'll use the 3 or even the 4 if I want to blend it to more volume. So that's usually based on after I've done the first 2 and looking at it and be like, nah, that doesn't quite look right. Then I'll usually blend it, but this should be good. So yeah, I'm gonna put it on time lapse so that way it's not taking up too much time in the video, because obviously y'all got things to do, because I got things to do. See, this side of the blend is done. This one's almost done. Just now, typically what I like to do is, you can see this side here, there's a pet. I messed that up. That was from a while ago. It's just growing back, and It just takes time, derma rolling, etc. Usually because I don't like to use enhancements so much because I like to gauge where my hairline is, or if I'm, pushing my own line back. Usually what I'll do is I will leave it darker around here. So you'll see I usually hit it with a 2 or 3 guard, and that's just to keep the darker appearance. And then sometimes I will go in and like this part right here, I'll probably like try to clip that away. But again, I have to see how it looks from this angle compared to that one after I've lined it. So it's a whole process. At some point, I'll probably start using enhancements just to make it easier. That's what this right now. All this is doing is knocking off some of the bulk. So obviously, your hair grows and different follicles grow at different lengths, different speeds, etc. So since I am essentially lining the bangs of my hair, I'm just combing the hair down. And usually what I would do is wet this with some water. Actually, I'm gonna wet it with some water, and then that'll help it to stay in place. Then the comb, and that way it's like holding spray, but it seems to work with my hair for some reason. So, all right, so I wet my hair a little bit. This is why you usually have to comb your hair down, because sometimes the hair in that be separated from earlier, it just be finding ways when you're brushing it down sometimes too. All right, and then I close the clippers. Pray to God. And usually what I'd like to do is look at which side is already the highest, and that becomes the max. And then we just connect and try and make less of that. So as you can see, the right side is the highest. This camera's not doing a great job like the mirror is, but you can still see the right side's the highest. So that's gonna be the highest point. Gonna connect it, make the vertical bars, and then I actually have to go out and get the eyebrow razor that you're gonna use to kind of stretch the skin in, but that's the last step, and we can do that later. So. With this corner, you can see it actually perfectly in the camera. With that corner, these clippers, so you see how the side is too broad. So on a pair of regular edgers, you'd be able to hit that. I can't do that with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait. You can see this side. This side actually kind of got it. But what I'm gonna do is wait until I get the eyebrow shaver, stretch the skin, and we're gonna do it that way. Again, it's when you're doing lines and haircuts and home cuts, especially when you look in the mirror the first few times, it's gonna look uneven, which is why you really, when you're cutting your hair, it needs to look 80% straight, because as you back up, look around, walk around throughout the day, you're gonna realize it's actually fine. Nothing's wrong with it. And then again, if you can use the eyebrow shaver, that's gonna make it sharper. If you use enhancements, that's gonna make it even sharper. So you don't have to sit there and be, Picasso with your hairline essentially. Now, the beard, here's the thing with the beard. The right side is coming in. The left side needs prayer. I need to do something to it because it's not fully in, as you can see. It's coming in, right? Definitely proud and happy with that. It's coming in, it's not fully in. There's patches. So on camera, it's gonna look, tough, not so tough, especially when I have to turn my face for any side profile, right? So what I wanna do is take it down to a certain level, probably this level. So it's probably gonna be maybe a 2 guard open. Cut it down. I might fade it up here and then leave this part fuller because it's gonna give my face more of a symmetrical look that I'm going for. Eventually I'm gonna end up cutting the hair and go with like a low ball fade, but I don't know I'm gonna do that. Pretty much it for the haircut. Again, the beard, you'll see it we will see it when I go to try on the outfits. I'm not gonna walk through that because I don't actually have a science for it. This part is, I didn't know it was double round. So, you see, buff the hair out. As you can see, throughout the day, it'll settle. This is basically what it looks like. As the day settles and I go about, this side might end up fading that slightly better. Actually, in this camera, it looks weird, but in the mirror, it looks fine. That's interesting. It could be the ring light. It very well could be the ring light. You can kind of see it. Yeah, it's darker up here because there's more. I don't know. We'll see. I might lighten it up like this side is over here, and that's just basically gonna be hitting it with the two. Probably open. Looks, yeah, too open. And then I might fade a little bit more too close, but that'd be about it. So, like I said, next time you see me, we'll be looking at the fits. So.
Always been a status symbol.